Imagine looking up at the night sky, at that tiny red dot we call Mars. We see a desolate, frozen desert. But what if that wasn't always the case? What if, billions of years ago, Mars was a vibrant, living world, teeming with life far beyond our wildest comprehension? And what if that life was monstrous? Let's journey back in time, not just thousands, but billions of years. The Mars we see is not red from rust, but from vast, crimson jungles of crystalline flora that chime with the slightest breeze. Its skies are a pale lavender, and its oceans are not water, but a shimmering, mercury-like substance. This was the cradle of a civilization, an empire ruled by beings we can only describe as titans. Forget little green men. Picture this: colossal creatures, hundreds of feet tall, with bodies forged from living metal and obsidian. Their forms defied earthly biology. Some were serpentine, with dozens of iridescent wings that beat silently against the thin Martian air, their scales shifting in color with their thoughts. Others were walking mountains, their stony hides covered in the same crimson crystals as the forests, with limbs like the roots of ancient trees. Their faces, they had no faces, as we would understand them. Instead, a swirling nebula of light pulsed within their heads, a galaxy of raw thought and emotion visible for all to see. These weren't just giant animals. They were intelligent. Their minds connected in a silent, planetary consciousness. They didn't build cities of stone and steel. Their cities were living organisms, massive coral-like structures that grew from the planet's core, pulsating with energy drawn from the weak Martian sun and the geothermal heart of their world. They communicated not with sound, but through empathic waves, sharing complex ideas and histories across continents in an instant. They were artists, shaping mountains with telekinetic force, and astronomers, their nebula minds reaching out to chart the cosmos. They were the masters of their world, the silent kings of the red planet. They saw the birth of Earth's first single-celled organisms as a curious, distant event. For aeons, they reigned in a silent, majestic peace. But no empire lasts forever. Their doom didn't come from an asteroid or a solar flare. It came from within. The very energy that fueled their civilization, the geothermal heart of Mars, began to falter. The planet's core was cooling, its magnetic field weakening. Slowly, inexorably, the solar wind, the same cosmic breath that our own planet deflects, began to strip away Mars's atmosphere. The lavender skies thinned, the crimson jungles began to shatter, and the mercury oceans evaporated into the void. The Titans watched in silent horror as their world died around them. Their collective consciousness, once a symphony of thought, became a chorus of despair. They tried to fight it, using their immense power to shield their dying world. But it was like trying to hold back the tide with your hands. The universe itself was against them. In their final, desperate act, did they simply fade away? Or did they make a choice? Perhaps they encoded their history, their very essence, into the planet's geology, leaving behind the strange formations and enigmatic signals our rovers occasionally detect. Perhaps, in a last exodus, a few managed to escape, launching themselves into the cold void of space, searching for a new home, becoming the seeds for 1,000 unscient astronaut theories across the galaxy. So, the next time you look at that cold, red dot in the sky, remember this story. Don't just see a dead planet. See a graveyard, the tomb of an empire of silent, beautiful monsters whose thoughts may still echo in the dust, waiting for a curious visitor to finally listen. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this thought experiment, please hit that like button, subscribe for more dives into the unknown, and let me know in the comments what you think happened to the monsters of Mars. Until next time, keep looking up.